So, what are my plans for Vlogmas? Well, initially, like I was saying, I wanted to do the Advent Teak calendar every day, but it's not going to come till the 5th apparently because Canada Post isn't as fast as usual because of the time of year. So, that's okay. Am I going to vlog every day and upload every day? Probably not, but I will bunch it together. My goal for this is just to have, more content, more memories, just record what it's like at this time of year. Because I really like to record stuff, I just don't always do it. So, today is December 1st. Plan for today, I just got out of the shower, my hair is in its little braid thing. I'm gonna work pretty soon. It's 9:30, so I'll start work here. And after work, I'll go pick up my kid from school, and then I'm gonna make a roast chicken tonight and some homemade mac and cheese, I think. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll record myself doing that because there's other people that hang out in the kitchen that probably don't want to be filmed. So I'll probably just do a shot of what it looks like when it's done. And other than that, I don't know. I got my first Christmas decoration out on display. I used to sell Avon, and this was one of the things they had a few years ago. So I made sure I got one. I love it. It's white. It's so cool. So I need to just give it a little dust though. But yeah, it's really neat. It looks vintage, but it's not. It's from like 2019. Yes. Yeah, so most people do Vlogmas. They, do cookie recipes or morning routines, decorating tips. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna vlog what happens in my day to day. If it's interesting, it's interesting. If not, it's not. That's the way it is. So that is kind of where I stand on that. You'll probably see a lot of video games, a lot of reading, a lot of me being like, okay, I'm gonna work now because I'm not really taking time off for work. And yeah, it snowed. That was something that was kind of surprising. On the day before yesterday, it snowed quite a bit, about a foot. I got a little bit of footage of it in the backyard. And then yesterday it didn't snow as much, but it froze. Oh, now the cats are hyper, I can hear them. So today it's like clear skies, kind of sunny, but it still says it's gonna snow. It got down to -8 last night, which is pretty cold, but whatever. So I don't know what the forecast has. Usually we don't get this much snow until the new year, so it was quite nice to see it ahead of time. When I was younger, we used to get a lot more snow. All through winter, not just like, at the end. But this year's weather was really strange. Our garden didn't do very well because it was so wet for a very long time. And then as soon as the tomatoes started to turn color, it was like already a couple weeks into October. So I panicked and I picked what tomatoes I had, which was good because we got a frost very quickly after that. Our weather was like 30 degrees Celsius, and then all of a sudden it was like cold. There was no real fall transition. In September, there was this one street that had some crunchy leaves, so it's like, oh, fall's here early. But that was the only part of town where it felt like that I saw. And then the hot weather, it was still like 30 degrees. And then suddenly it was like, that's it. So it's almost felt like we skipped fall this year. Very strange, very strange. So that's okay. Being optimistic, just looking for the future. The garden wasn't great this year, but it was awesome the year before, so I was really happy about that. And yeah, I'll just try again next year and see what I can grow. We did get some stuff out of the garden. It was mostly rutabaga, some green beans, carrots, beets, parsnips, lettuce. We also had like chives. I tried to grow jalapenos, and I did. It was like this big, and then the frost hit and everything, but I got one that big. So my first time growing jalapenos, and I actually got the plant to grow from seed about maybe this big. So that was pretty cool. We also have deer so they like to eat everything, so I had to try to hide those plants on the patio, and it did work. My normal garden, I have a net over it. It's like bird netting, but sometimes the deer can get in there anyways, so. But yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about my giving a garden update in December, but hey, here we go. Like I said, it could be interesting, could not be interesting, so. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna get to work and probably show you the chicken later. Here's Andorra. Happy Vlogmas. And you have a ball, so you got some of your toys out. Couple toys. No? Yeah? She goes in her basket here, and they rip out their toys. Yeah, anything good in there? You like to play with the stick? It's pretty good. No? Starting off Vlogmas with cats. Can't go wrong, right? She just rips it apart. There. The last few days she's been dragging us downstairs because she wants us to play. But the problem is she's been doing that at about 4 in the morning. So, fortunately we'd had to say no. But we usually play with her every day. Right now it's in the morning, so usually I come back from, school stuff and play with them for a little bit after they have their breakfast. And then I go to work myself. Right? Yeah. He's not as playful. But she sure is. She's only a year younger than him. She's 14 years old. Beautiful kitty. And we got our first snowfall, which was about a foot in one night. Like I said, there was hardly any transition through autumn, so I still have my tomato cages out, but yeah, it was still nice to see snow in December. Is it tea time? Yeah, it's tea time. Yeah. Good babies. Yes, tea time. I always let him sniff what I'm doing. Yums. Later in the day it warmed up a bit, so we started to get more icicles because it would melt and then freeze. I think it was -7 degrees Celsius for the low, and the high was something like around 0. poor fountain stopped running, but it's okay now. So here's my roast chicken with some rainbow carrots. I had to cook it a little longer because Shane was caught up at the store, but the mac and cheese turned out great too.
You want iced coffee?
He always offers to give me iced coffee, and it's so nice. So it's been a really good day. This is just a shot of our dinner once it's plated up. And yeah, everything turned out really good and I was pretty happy with it.